is a more detailed explanation. I'm going to move this over closer to of how this works year by year. So the first one I mentioned is the transfer funds from the FY15 unobligated surplus. That's $20 million plus the rainy day funds is $20 million. This is the FY17. And then I mentioned that we would take the user tax, the sales tax on new and used vehicles. That would be gradually phased in over 5 years. And this is what I think we should be doing budget-wise, which is $1.5 million in FY17. It gradually increases where it's capped at $25 million. And so that impact is $1.5 million in FY17 on general revenues. And then you take, you eliminate the state central services deduction, which is $5.4 million that we can add in FY17. So in FY17, which is September of this year, we have $46.9 million to meet what was the objective of $46.1 million that we wanted to transfer to the highway department. If you look at future years, you see that you're not going to be having the $40 million of one-time transfer from the surplus and rainy day fund, but you will have that opportunity for 25% of the unallocated surplus that can be transferred. I have $48 million here. It might not be $48 million because, you know, in some years it's hundreds of millions of dollars, and in some years it's lower amounts. In one year it was actually zero. But on the historic average, it is $48 million. Again, that depends upon budget circumstances, but this is after all other revenue needs are met at the state, and then 25% of unallocated revenues would go to the highway department. If you look at 18, so you'll then have $8 million from the sales tax on new and used vehicles. You would have $2.7 million from the diesel tax, and you would have the $5.4 million from the state central services transfer, and so that's $16.1 million plus the unobligated surplus. Is there a guarantee? No, but I think from historic patterns that you'll be able to see us to meet the obligations that we need to have toward the highway department, and then it sequentially goes through each year. And so that's a little bit of the summary of each element of the highway plan broken down by future fiscal years.
So, Governor, overall, how much will we be spending overall?
You mean in terms of the state general revenue budget? It's about $5 billion. So you can see that the general revenue hit that we will take in FY17 is the $1.5 million, and that's it. So it's a very small adjustment to our state revenue budget in FY17. In 18, that's when we pick up the $2.7 million, and then you would have the $8 million that would be from the sales and use tax that would increase that too. So a larger hit from general revenues then, and this is where we've got to make up that in terms of efficiencies in state government, which, by the way, those amounts can be made up from the efficiency studies that we have ongoing, some other offsets that we're looking at. I'll work with the legislature to make sure that those offsets are in place.